Hey everyone, James Terlecki here with Next Level Martial Arts. Welcome to episode 2 of Mat Life for Real Life. And today's episode is titled Embrace the Challenge and Invite Change. Embrace the challenge and invite change. So let me take you back to the time again when I first watched the Ultimate Fighting Championship and I watched Royce Gracie dominate his opponents, and I said to myself, lifelong martial artist, I gotta learn this art. I gotta learn this this fighting discipline. So again, with some of my friends, people at my Korean Taekwondo Academy, we just started. I started, learning on my own, trying to watch the fights, pick up things as best as I can. When they had the instructional tapes released, that first VHS set, we got those and started studying those, training those. And so basically, you have to think of where I was at. I was in this little bubble where I was just training with people I knew, training with friends, and I'm a person that's I'm when I do something, I'm all in, and so I was getting pretty good, just training with my buddies, or at least I thought. And so my perception of, when I would roll with even big, strong guys at my karate academy, I would win. I would armbar them, choke them, get them in submissions, and I thought I was pretty good. I thought, man, I'm picking up things. I'm doing things that I see Royce Gracie doing. So that was the perception I had of myself, that I was pretty good. And when I'm going to fast forward a little bit to the time when I first visited a real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy, and that was run by Craig Kramer in Cleveland, Ohio. That was the first academy that I trained at. Now, think of this. You got to remember my perception of myself at the time, that I was pretty good at what I was doing. Now when I went there, I got destroyed. I got destroyed. I rolled with, and again, this was not by purple belts, brown belts, black belts. This was by their white belts, and I was getting choked out, tapped out, left and right. So my perception of myself and how good I thought I was at the time, it was destroyed. Okay, but at that moment, I was left with two options. Okay, I could flee, run away, and go back to where I was comfortable, training with my friends, where I was the best in that environment, and hold on to the perception I had of myself. Okay, or I could embrace the challenge and invite change. And I chose to embrace the challenge and invite change. At that time, I remember thinking to myself, after that first day of training, I thought, man, this is awesome. This is great. This is the kind of place that I'm looking for, that I can grow, that I can get better, that I could force myself to go from one level to another. So I embraced the challenge. I knew that if growth was going to happen in my life, if change was going to take place, if I was going to get better and be the type of martial artist that I wanted to be, then I needed to embrace this challenge. So I began training there, and I worked hard. I pushed myself. I trained all the time. It wasn't this was an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back, and I did that for a number of years. And that's again, I knew that if I was going to change, if I was going to grow in this particular area of my life, then I needed to embrace the struggle, embrace the challenge, and go for it. That was my decision. So I want to ask you, what is your challenge in life? Right now, where are you at? What are you facing that there's a challenge that you can either flee from, you can run from and go back to where you're comfortable, or you can embrace this challenge and invite change, embrace change in your life. Okay? Now, it doesn't it could be related to martial arts. I know tons of people that have, man, I can't tell you how many people say, I asked them a question like, how long you been wanting to train? Oh, for years. And they finally do it. But it doesn't have to be related to martial arts. It could be related to your work. It could be related to the decision of going for your master's degree. It could be a decision to move out of the area. It could be about you being a better father, a better parent, and you having to make those changes in your life, to give certain things up. Now, what are you going to choose to do? You have two options, just like I did. You have the option to flee, go back to where you're comfortable, or you can embrace the challenge and invite change. Okay? Because you don't change unless you're squeezed, unless you're challenged. So if you want to be changed, if you want to be different, if you want to have a different outcome in your life, you got to embrace the challenge. You got to go for it. You got to struggle, right? It's like lifting weights. Your body doesn't change. You need your body needs resistance, right? That's why you use dumbbells and barbells, and you go till you're doing reps till you can't do another rep. That's the only way to get your muscles to grow. And for you to grow as an individual, you got to go through the struggle, right? You got to have the weight put over you, okay? Whatever weight that is, whatever challenge that is, you got to embrace the struggle if you want to invite change in your life. So what's the challenge in your life, okay? Are you going to go back to where you're comfortable, or are you going to invite change? And to invite change in your life is to invite growth, okay? You're either growing or you're dying. What do you want to do? If you want to be the same that you were yesterday and the week before, the year before, just go to where you're comfortable. Flee from the challenge. But if you want to be different, okay? If you want to be different, if you want a different outcome with your life, then embrace the challenge and invite change, okay? I hope this was helpful to you. Again, this is episode 2 of Mat Life for Real Life. I'm James Terlecki with Next Level Martial Arts Academy. Until next time, have a great day.